welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast, another match day watch along. We are live for just before kick-off for the Fulham versus Chelsea West London derby. And yeah, I'm just setting everything up. I'm running late, but hey, it's not Arsenal, so it's not Chelsea. Like I've bet it is. They're just doing their minutes applause for Kevin Keegan. Obviously, did that yesterday for Liverpool, Newcastle versus Liverpool. So I'm not going to do it again. Done up, paid our respects already on that side of things. Hello, Arsenal Misfit. How you doing? Hopefully, everything's coming through clear and concise for you guys as well. But yeah, back to the scoreboard. Just waiting for Cole Palmer with the ball on a penalty. Not penalty, centre circle, sorry, doing keepy ups because the big news, by the way, no Enzo Fernandez in a match day 11. He does not start. Shock. Imagine my surprise. And we're off. Just bear with me whilst I sort everything out this end for the scoreboard, but that'll be up and running very, very soon. Give me a score for that. Do you think this could be a shock? Another potential Fulham win that we had last season? Or do Chelsea send a message to Arsenal? Because no one else has so far this week, and that the usual Big Six. What is with this money thing? Oh dear. Oh, we 1-0 up already. Of course they have. What Fulham kicked off, they had the ball, and somehow Pedro's got the ball in it in under 30-odd seconds. Okay, going to one of them nights today, are we, Fulham? We're going to make Pedro look like a world-class striker and make Chelsea look like this amazing outfit all of a sudden, yeah? This is pathetic. I'm sorry, this is pathetic defending, by the way. Carl Palmer with the assist as well. But I'm sorry, that's pathetic. Plays out, launches it, defender, number 4 for Fulham, launches up the pitch. The new striker, he could go for the ball, he decides not to go for the ball, and the midfield is non-existent. The defence doesn't know what it wants to do with itself and leaves Zeno to fucking pick up the pieces, so to speak. But the ball gets dinked over, and it's 1-0 Chelsea already. This is a joke. It's an absolute joke. Fulham fans, if that's going to be how you played this season and how you want to defend when teams counter-attack against you, I'll be fearful. I'm more fearful of the fact that Arbeloa has come in from Real Madrid, brought their protege striker, who he's worked with already last season, and made him the first choice striker, and he's part of the reason why you conceded that goal, because he decided to duck out for 50-50 and then just proceeded to stand there. That is pathetic. I'm sorry, that is absolutely dumbfound pathetic. Notice my voice tone just switched up there. That's how pathetic that was. Yeah, Fulham, you want to play like that? Fulham fans, prepare yourself for a battle, and not the good kind either. Try this again. Right. Can we not? Why is this? Why are they playing again? Play off in the back. It goes to number 4 again, and he goes, "I don't want it." Up the pitch, and then gives it back to Chelsea. The ball goes back to Chelsea. By the way, talk about Enzo Fernandez not playing, not starting anyway. This must be true, isn't it? No, thank fuck for that. No Casado either. Fucking left play for crying out loud. This ain't. So, Fulham, if you get that embarrassed today, God help you. That's really pissed me off, actually, because I've just gone live. Obviously, I made it just in time for kickoff. However, Fulham, you had one job and you just made it so easy. The biggest boost they could have possibly asked for in the situation, in a West London derby. That do. Might as well. What minutes are we on as well? No. 4 minutes. Go. Oh, someone's been booked. Who's been booked? Oh, Levi Colwell. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. First challenge, let's have a look. Yeah, it's a booking. I can't dispute it. Even though it's the first foul challenge of the game, it is a lazy lunge, and yeah, he does catch him on the side of his leg there, so it has to be a booking. It's one of them where you can't really dispute. I know the first challenge of the game and all that crap. But there we go. Bring up the scoreboard. Right, sorry guys. There we go. And we're off and running. There we go. So if Gav doesn't come in, by the way, I'm going to heat off of him all weekend. Are you doing that for Chelsea? Fulham Chelsea, Fulham Chelsea, Fulham Chelsea. You know, I answered yes every time. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Are you doing it? If he now doesn't turn up, I'm going to be pissed. I'm sorry, with all due respect. It's a Monday night. I could be doing better things on a Monday night than what having to set this up and do this on a Monday night. On an Arsenal channel, by the way. Just saying. I think if he caught him, I think it's the way he caught him, because he obviously it's a lazy challenge. It's seen as a lazy challenge in the sense of he lost his foot and he's then lunged in just to stop the play, like the last ditch thing and all that. But he's caught him and not caught him in a more dangerous manner. And he's pretty much the boot or studs has touched the side of the pretty much. It's touched his leg, but not like full on pressure where it could cause damage. It was a lazy challenge. It's contact, but it's not enough to cause damage. If it had been enough to cause damage, it would have been a straight red. You could at least argue that. Also, the only other way that would be a red as well is if the Fulham player had been in full control of the ball and slightly ahead of Colwell in that moment, and he makes that challenge and takes him from behind. There's no one to cover him. Then yeah, that's another way it would have been a red. Oh, days. Right, let's get all this closed off because it's doing me head in. Right, opening up the WhatsApp as well, just in case anyone needs to get hold of me. Okay, yeah. So see Kath's message in the channel group chat. Carl Palmer, Leonard does all of their things in a good way. Not a bad goalie kit, by the way. I will say that. There he is, Gav. As I say, if you don't turn up tonight, I'm going to be pissed off after you've asked me all weekend to do this game. Not a bad start. Being gifted a goal in the first 30 seconds, but hey, I get it. I understand most of the teams this weekend have looked a bit not at the race. Still, that's in a World Cup year or a Euro year, so to speak. That's sort of the norm for the players representing their countries in the said tournaments, whenever that may be. But this year being a World Cup year, and it's a longer one this year because of the extra teams in the World Cup. But it is concerning. You could the Premier League have held off an extra week and a half, maybe 2 weeks? I know it wouldn't. I know it would have been starting in September, maybe ending that late May. But mate, clearly, maybe most of these clubs needed more time, especially the clubs with new managers and all that as well. Needed more time. Useless to work with their players basically, and also players that adapt to the new managers and head coaches respectively. Corner Fulham, because as a whole, not all clubs, but most of the clubs this weekend that have had new managers come in this summer, it's no coincidence that they all look just out of sorts basically. Straight into Sanchez's hands. That's the first. I'll ask you, Gav, for this because obviously we keep saying this every year about Sanchez. What is it with Sanchez? The obsession that all these clubs seem. I think he's been brought in. Since even at Brighton, he's brought in he was brought in under Potter at Brighton. What is it about? What are these clubs? These managers seeing? Sorry, that we're not. That makes him that they, as far as they're concerned, he is the best of the best in terms of they couldn't get no one else better in, or they haven't got no one else better than him currently in the club. That he remains the number one still. I stand by. He is the modern for me. He's the modern day Almunia. Is in a handful of games throughout the season, and a handful he'll look decent-ish. By the way, Lavia might be going off here. The booking, car's been given to Lavia. Murphy took his time there. I need to see a replay of this because Bassey's on. I think that's Bassey's took out as well. He was rolling around on the floor. Jeez. Yeah, okay. I'll give it as a yellow. I'll be fair and say no. Fair enough. Yellow card. If he's a second late, Gary. If he's a second late, Gav, a second later, we're looking at a VAR check for a red card there. That's how ridiculous that challenge was, and how lucky, and also how lucky a split second made in him making that challenge. I want to know why though. Is it because they brought him from Brighton? Because I just don't see. As I say, like Almunia, when Almunia was Arsenal's number one, Arsenal fans every year was like, how is he number one? Because we watch him week in, week out, and for a handful of games in all comps in the season, for a handful of games he'll look okay, not great, but okay. But for the rest of them games, for the majority, he looked absolutely dog shit. He fumbled upon fumbled, error after error after error. But no matter what, maintained Wenger's faith for me for far too long. It felt like forever, to be honest. For me, it feels like Sanchez, it's the same with you guys at Chelsea and with Sanchez. That's a corner, surely. And that proves my point. That proves my point. He had no pressure on him. could have touched the ball, knocked it into a better space for him to clear the ball. He takes forever and ever and ever, and the ball goes out for a corner. So he's now giving Fulham the impetus to put the ball back into the box into that and cause maybe a bit of anarchy if they could pick up a player in white. Get back and take it properly. I want you to do Chelsea over, but let's do it fairly. Oscar Bob, Man City reject, taking the corner, ball in, and two corners. One he went straight to the goalkeeper. The second one can't even beat the first man. No wonder Pep got rid of you. Yeah, yeah, I bet it was. I know where you're going with that as well, but I bet it was. Yeah, I bet it was even more of a head scratcher when he was it his first season. Or if it was his first season when he arrived in 2004. One of our goalie kit colours was a grey silver, so I bet that was even more fun with his name and how the spelling of said name. I bet that was even more fun for certain people. I never rated him. I don't get why he brought him in as number two because he was never. He's not with Almunia. He was never a good number two either. He never gave you the look of a number two. His height was concerning for a start. He didn't have the build of a goalkeeper. He just didn't have that sort of fatigue build of a goalkeeper at any level, especially at one of the highest levels in world football. And by the way, guys, because it's Chelsea and I did get my pack of Haribo, just in case the game does go down a dreary route tonight and I need a sugar hit to get me through, I came prepared. Obviously, other sweet brands are available. What are we doing for them? Wakey, wakey, communicate. Look where you're passing it to. What are you doing? Apart from trying to sleep and then not stuff for some reason. Do, 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 do. Oh dear. Really? We said, Carl Palmer, are we seriously standing near the halfway line with 5 yards of space to do whatever you want with the ball, either side of you, and you're just going to stand there like, what do I do here? I'm going to go backwards. Sorry, Hatto's just driven through the midfield there. What the fuck is Fulham playing at tonight? This is pathetic for Fulham. Again, new manager. I know Joe's got a new manager as well, but you gifted them the impetus in the first place, and now you're still being lackadaisical with the ball and sloppy and error prone. Like you're asking for the trouble more. Like he didn't. He done it again. You Anderson, mate, you're pissing me off. Again, you had 10, 15 yards around you, do whatever you want with that ball, and you try to force it through the midfield. That's got Chelsea players in it, you dumbass. Fucking hell. I know it gave me nightmares. I can imagine Wenger had lots of. Well, the worst thing is, Wenger made him number one, kept him made it number one, had a nightmare fall season as number one, as far as I'm concerned. Then the following season, as we were about to play Liverpool away, there was a debate going into that game of who's starting that game. Was it going to be Almunia, Fabianski? Like the media was even asked the question to Wenger. He said he just threw up in the air. He's like, I'm not going to tell you the name. Whoever plays in that starts as the goalie in that game is going to be my number one for the season. Can you all wake up for them, for fuck's sake? You're playing like a championship side. This is pathetic. This is actually pathetic for them. They're playing like a championship side. But they've just come up for the championship and they're shocked and all by having played Chelsea or big club in general. You know what I mean? Fucking Chelsea, Fulham are living a charmed life here. Gonzo Garcia runs into Lacroix, but we still holds onto the ball. But it's just like you're trying to force something that doesn't even falls for him. Oh my god, it's a corner, but it could have been a goal there. Why was it? Again, there's again with Sanchez. Any other goalkeeper, I know it's coming at a bit of pace there, but if it's coming at him it's like that low, they either push it into the ground and hold on to it. He punches it into the ground out for a corner. And he's lucky the way he punched it, he didn't go in. This is Fulham's only. Says it all. After two corners away, he's like, fuck off, I'm taking the corner. Go away, Oscar. Ball in. Not as great, not any better, but at least he picked up a Fulham play and they still made the pigs here of it. There's a VAR check apparently. Oh, you numpty. That's going to be given. That's actually going to be given. Who goes in with a header with his fist like that near his head? The fucking idiot. The absolute idiot. Has he got away with it? He's got away with it. See, I saw that and I'm thinking he's like that, his fist is like that near his head and he's done that. That's a pen. Pathetic. At least he picked up. It's pathetic. Don't get me wrong, but at least he picked up a fucking player in white compared to the last two corners, and the rest of them just made a pig's ear of it. It's absolutely. Oh, Marcus Silva must be laughing his head off in Benfica as we speak. You don't want to give me a new contract? You to my demands. This is what you replaced me with. Are you taking the piss? All the work he put in, and that's what they. Fucking hell. There's no one there. Where's the striker? Where is Gonzalo? Where is their main striker? Why is he not in the penalty box when the ball's come in there? Oscar Bob, again, I understand why Pep got rid of you. Everyone can see now how overrated you really are. Why, when you're at Man City under Pep, you get rated as a player per se higher than what you should do. Clearly, that's the striker. The striker's coming deep and he's giving the ball up. Again, he's a striker. He's staying out in the wing. He's not even breaking his neck to get into the penalty box. Oh, this will be a long night, I think, for me. I hate you, Nev. Oh dear. Yes! 1-1. Keeper error from bloody Sanchez being Sanchez. We've been saying it all stream so far. Sanchez is the one that will give them the chance. That was again Almunia-esque, by the way. Let me know, Steve in the chat if you agree with me. That was very Almunia-esque in terms of a shot that he was on target winning and all that. Like, hey, but keeper should be doing better. Keeper should be doing better there. King with the goal. Thank God. Rogers again. He's just so lazy. I know he's a midfielder. And he's not defending. It's not his game, but he sees King go past and goes, oh, okay, whatever. I repeat what I'm saying. As good as that shot was, low driven and all that, considering he's at that near post, it's at his near post. Again, it's Almunia-esque. Almunia's weakness was his near post. That was Almunia-esque. Near post, literally couldn't be no any more. Exactly. And he's I've got to laugh because the thing is, when I say this for the last couple of years, it's like I lived this. I use that, as you know, I use Almunia as that example. I lived this. I know. I get the vibe. In terms of when I see a goalkeeper I don't rate, it gives me flashbacks to the late noughties, early teens. It's like I've been here. Listen to me, please. I'm doing this while I'm smiling, by the way, because obviously it affects you guys down. Gav, I mean, again, you've had an entire summer to address it, and it's like, no. You literally could have bought James Trafford for £40 million. At the very least, 40 million, plus maybe add-ons as well, maybe a bit more with add-ons. And he would have been, and again, that's a solid goalkeeper. But you said you let Leeds get him, and I think it'd be decent Leeds, obviously. And consider the goalkeeping market is very limited in top quality goalkeepers at the moment. That was a no-brainer. I mean, the only other option really is going to Southampton to go and get Aaron Ramsdale, because he's been told he's surplus to requirements at Southampton. As far as the manager's concerned, he's got two other goalkeepers ahead of Aaron, so Aaron can look for a new club. You're even Aaron will be better than this. I'm sorry. You might get a decent price from him as well, being at Southampton in the Championship Cup as well. And they do want him gone, so you can sort of negotiate, because they don't want him. You can negotiate his fee to be a lower fee to what the norm is, basically. I was about to say Chelsea has stopped putting any pressure on Fulham. Again, okay, yeah. You think again, that's the difference between the big clubs. Oh, don't do it again, bloody hell. That's the difference between big clubs that do smell blood and they do punish said team that's given them an opportunity time after time in the opening exchanges of a game or at any point in the game. And what we're seeing with Chelsea so far tonight. So far. So he's a Gonzalo striker. Is he seriously with that sort of shot? Is he seriously a striker? Chelsea looks shaky in the defence all of a sudden, by the way. Just saying. It's amazing how Gav's gone very quiet, by the way. Just saying. Yeah, he's not just me. I wasn't going to say nothing, but now you've said it. It weren't just me thinking it. But every time, what can I say? Now, Gav's one of the decent ones, one of the decent Chelsea fans that actually holds his hand up and said, no, we are Chelsea. We should be doing better than Sanchez. Sanchez is not good enough for a club like Chelsea to be number one anyway. But there's obviously others out there, bigger platforms that go, no, he's a good goalie. Good's not good enough. If you want to be back in the Champions League and competing for the major honours of the league title and obviously Champions League, FA Cup and all that. I should know. Again, we as Arsenal fans of a certain age, we lived through the Almunia phase. We know. It's no coincidence the second Almunia was at the door. Within what, a year to 18 months, we're winning the bloody FA Cup in 2014. Who was the goalkeeper? Who was the number one in 2014? 13-14 season. Shezzy, wasn't it? Yeah. Szczesny was number one, if I remember correctly. Fabianski was on number two. There's no coincidence. So the moment we get him at the fucking club, and we have obviously Szczesny and Fabianski, who, by the way, I didn't rate either. Obviously, one was too young in Szczesny and just never developed into what he could have been. And Fabianski had his flappy hands, like literally not even paperweight, like literally paper thin hands basically when it comes to fucking goalkeeping most of the time. But they were still better than what Almunia was on their best, on their worst day. Sorry, they were better than Almunia. But no, the second he was out the club, we actually went and won a trophy. Then won it again the following year. When Chelsea go, well, we won the Conference League, mate. Arsenal's under 21's team even now could win the bloody Conference League. That's how ridiculous that competition is. The Club World Cup, against a bunch of elite European clubs that were in the Champions League that season, that absolutely shattered by the time this tournament came about. Yeah, cool. Well, so you spent half a season resting your best players prior to the knockout rounds, and even then, it's still a mix of your first/second, third team come the final. Fuck for that. Yeah, it's sort of urban and flowy now. It's one moment it looks like Fulham are going to sort of capitalise on a bit of momentum. Then Chelsea get a counter attack and look like they're going to give a sucker punch. Then it's back again. It's a bit of urban flowing. And for the neutral, whilst it's competitive in a way, it's a good watch. Still amazed how long Fabianski lasted in his league. Well, because obviously when his contract was up in 2014, and we was like, we're not giving him a new deal. The likes of Swansea latched on, gave him a contract, and he was, he was okay at Swansea initially, but obviously they would then go down a few years later, and then West Ham was like, we'll take you. We need a number one. We need an experienced Premier League goalie that knows the league. And again, he stayed a good couple of years, and then once he was settled, and now he's caught up. Yeah, he could have been for me. He could have been so much better if he had. If we when he arrived, if we didn't have Almunia as a number one, it was an actual proper worldie of a goalie as a number one. Fabianski and Szczesny could have done so much more of their careers and learnt so much more from a world class goalie. But instead, they had to work day in day out and learn off of fucking Almunia. Chelsea, I'll kid you not, Gav. If you're not, I don't know if you're watching this, Gav, but Chelsea have got every man behind the ball deep in your own defensive half. I kid you not. In formation as well. Gusto does Gusto things. Fulham do need more oomph in that midfield and quick. And then Leno, yeah, I don't know what it is with Fulham tonight. Like, apart from the wasteful passing they've had throughout the game, there seems to be no oomph in that midfield. Like a defensive bastard, basically. That's happy to get stuck in and go toe to toe with Chelsea's midfield sort of thing. There's a challenge thrown in that Steady's going to throw one back. It's like if a Chelsea midfielder or player bumps into the Fulham midfielders, they're going down like a pack of cards and getting run through. And it's even like, oh, there's space in the world to run into. Oh, oh, the misery. We actually just passed the ball around the back now. Okay. Okay. My days. I mean, that's a foul. That's literally the definition of a foul. Levi Colwell grabs King's shirt around like the chest area, if anyone's not watching, grabs him, and then just throws him off to the floor. But gets nothing's given against him. Keeper, well done, Leno. Fucking wake up for them. You can tell Leno's getting pissed, by the way. Hello, Mr. Tom. How you doing? Is that who you've got next? Chelsea at the weekend, or they're coming soon? Is it, so that's a free kick for the same. If anything, it's a shirt pull. Don't get me wrong. It should be a free kick, but when you see Morgan Rogers do what he did 2 minutes ago, and the ref went, nothing to see here, corner Chelsea. He's like, are we doing that today, are we? Picking and choosing what's a foul. Unless Fulham send the ball over Chelsea. Yeah, it's just, again, that's what I'm trying to say earlier, that new manager thing, basically. All these, no, all nine, we've got 9 clubs in the Premier League for a record start of the season, by the way. That 9 out of 20 clubs are starting the season with a new manager. And most of them clubs this weekend have looked absolutely abysmal. Playing a bit of a derby there, in one sense. Sort of really need a reason to fit in Chelsea. Nah, it's Chelsea after all. Didn't you do the double over him last season as well in the league? Yeah, that's the sad. Both managers looking pretty chill though. We've got 4 points. Oh, okay. I mean, it must have been close. They might have got a late equaliser or something. I don't know. But still, that's getting 4 points out of 6. I know Chelsea are shit, but that's still impressive. I remember you beat my Ellen Rowe because that night I was at the Emirates watching Arsenal play Brentford and we kicked off half hour before you. So when your game finished and you was winning, I think you were winning 2-1 or 2-0, one of the two, or they're just equalised just on full time iron, something like that. by the time obviously players have gone off and I've gone into the turnstile, your game was being played in the into the concourse, sorry. So a load of Arsenal fans thought, you know what, game Chelsea leaders on, we're allowed, because of the scheme that Arsenal run at Arsenal at full time. Let's get us. Everyone thought, get ourselves an extra another drink, and what's the last half hour of this to see how it plays out. It was brilliant, actually. Couldn't be the best. But obviously, buying the match from a neutral, watching a neutral game like that, watching a rival get battered by Leeds at Elland Road as well, under the lights. Not a bad thing to be. Not a bad ending to the evening. So I'm just honestly, because due to your record last season of playing the big boys at Elland Road under the lights, I'm praying. I think the fixture has been changed though. I need to double check this, but I'm praying that when we play you at Elland Road, it's not under the lights, because otherwise you may turn up a bit more than you did in the daylight, basically. Yeah, that's another team, Man City. I mean, they won the game by the skin of their teeth in the end, but they looked bang average. If it wasn't for the Bournemouth subs that came on, the younger players that came on for the experienced players, I think I understand he wanted to give some not put too much. One sec. She's been turned inside out. Morgan Rogers 2-1 because of Fulham decide the defenders decide to all stand there like fucking almost twats and forces them to come out of his goal and try and force a mistake, which then needs an open goal. And even then, the Fulham defenders just go, what's this ball? What are you doing? Absolutely pathetic from Fulham tonight. And then the media and all that going to knock one out the sock over it, along with the Chelsea fans. Give me strength. Lovely. It's pathetic. I mean, literally, Bassey's literally. Look, Palmer's got the ball. Number 16 is just useless. Number 4 gets turned inside out. Bassey comes out of Leno no man's land and needs an open goal because the rest of the players are like, what do we do here? What's this blue player do with the ball? Oh, yeah, oh, ball. Oh, well. Of course, you come back now, Gav, yeah. You need to have a chat about your goalkeeper again. Mate, 16 needs to come off. Fulham's number 16 needs to come off. He's pissed. He is absolutely throwing his team under the bus. He is useless in the midfield. He's getting overturned every single time, bullied every single time. And it's because he's then not doing his job. He can't get at the pace to get back. So the rest of the defence are like, oh, what do we do? It's too. And by the time they react, it's too late. To be honest, he had no choice because he had no choice because he's just seen two players get turned inside out. Bass is not there. So until he's come out, Bass is not ahead of him. It's only when he pushes himself to come out that Bassey goes, oh, yeah, I've got to follow him. To go ahead of him, but then needs to open goal because everyone else is not marking anyone in the penalty box. Oh, what a surprise. Looks like Gonzalo's been taken down. He's now limping. Play on, guys. He's not wearing blue. No, they're not. But 16. I've noticed it a lot with 16 in this first half. I'm saying 16 because I don't know if they change numbers or not, like players' numbers and all that throughout the summer. So I'm not going to assume it's Anderson and all that. But he's just doing my bloody head in. every 50-50 challenge in that midfield he loses, and it completely throws the rest of his team under the bus because he ain't got the pace to get back, and it's so instant. They've got a fucking sprint relay team on their asses. Jesus Christ, this is painful. Oh, I thought I was going to be 3 there. I'll be like, see ya, bye. Let me find out because it's doing my head in. That's actually doing my head in. Oh, schools. This one. Who's number 16? Come on, tell me. Oh, it's fucking that. Oh, it's the former Sheffield United, the guy we were linked with years ago, Serge Burge. Or Burge. Certainly Burge. Or Burge, basically. We used to be the midfielder for Sheffield United. And we were linked to him like literally donkeys years ago now. He is pathetic. Obviously 17's a Woby. He's a next notable. Fucking Gonzalo Garcia, for all the hype, I know it's a different league and all that, but absolutely not playing. He's not playing a striker role. No way. He's playing at Real Madrid. He's just done a fucking trying to do tricks and flicks. He's 2-1 down. Yeah, I know you're wearing white, but it's not the white of Madrid. Sort your life out. I understand Arbeloa has got a connection, so to speak, with Garcia. But I think it was a mistake starting him as a striker because he's not played in a league before. It would have made more sense to bring him on and ease him into the Premier League life, basically. That makes sense. I mean, I'll be taking Spurs off, whatever you pronounce his fucking name. I'll be bringing on fucking Harrison Reed, sorry. Bringing him on, for example, for a start. No if buts or maybes on that one. And then I'll take Garcia off and bring on Nunez as well, and then go from there. Two minutes of injury time, by the way, literally seconds after this first half. Amazing how that's a foul on Rodgers, but when he's throwing people to the floor, it's okay, yeah? And then with that, it's half time. When half time whistle goes, they're high fiving each other at half time. That makes perfect sense. Well done, lads. We're winning a half of football. Woohoo! More by luck because our opponents are that bad tonight. That's the only reason Chelsea, again, bias or that's all bias from either side, Gav. The only reason you're winning this game or scored in this game is because Fulham are a crap tonight and have gifted you the goal both times. Quite literally. Yeah. Saying that was absolutely pathetic for them. I thought West London derby as well. Cottage under the lights, be a bit more fiery. But and again, I understand new manager and all that. 17's a Woby, yeah. But I was expecting something. still, I wasn't expecting to be playing like you've just been promoted, playing like you've just been promoted from the Championship to the Premier League, and you're daunted by the opposition. You're like, the occasion's got to you, basically. What the fuck's going on? Most random advert I've ever seen from McDonald's, but okay. No, but honestly, go. I don't know if you're watching the game or you've seen the highlights or whatever. If you're not watching the game or you haven't seen it yet, go watch. Especially the first goal, especially that was just pathetic in terms of just lumps the ball up. Gonzalo Garcia doesn't turns to a 50-50 ducks and then just goes la 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 la, la whilst he's on the attack, and there's no the defenders are standing like statues. Both goals have come from lackadaisical defending and basically errors that in the build up prior to you getting the ball, errors from them. The amount of times Fulham, again, both teams have done it throughout the game, but Fulham have done it more in terms of the ball, but 10, 15 yards of space with it, and then out of nowhere, for no reason, they'll pass the ball, but they're trying to force something that doesn't need to be forced, and they pass it to an opposition player when it doesn't, because they're trying to force something through, but even though their teammates are surrounded by blue players. Or they pass it out of play, and it's just a misplaced passing here, misplaced passing. Fulham have done it a lot more, and both times and twice you punish them for it. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. If Fulham were more switched on, if this is a Fulham from last season under I can't remember his fucking name now. I was mentioning it earlier. Marco Silva. The the performance-wise we're seeing, the mistakes we're seeing, half of that wouldn't be happening. I'm just saying, because take the goals aside, and obviously the mistakes that he made to lead to the goals. Take that aside. You had, even Steve said it. You've had moments where you got the ball and you've gone, "Oh, we smell blood," but you're pissing about the ball near to the box and not having the shot, and that's not frustrating for you because obviously you punished them in other ways in the end because they're stupid, basically. And I'm just saying if sometimes obviously people watch these watchalongs and they're not watching it and this, that, and the other, and they watch the highlights back and whatever. I don't know if you're out and about, do I? But if you go watch be honest. I know you're a Chelsea fan, and you'll be happy you're winning half time, but be honest. If it weren't for Fulham making mistakes in the seconds prior to both goals, when they had the ball. By the way, they had the ball both times. Give it away. If they don't get if they're not giving the ball away in them two moments, you ain't scoring this first half, and that's got to be concerning because, like I say, to give you credit, when you have had the ball, when you looked like you're going to really put your foot on their neck, so to speak, you get to the edge of the box, and it's like watching Arsenal back in the early Emirates years, where he's just sort of fucked about the ball in the edge of the box, in, out, shake it all about. We're gonna have a shot, no, pass it, and then run into trouble in the end. That's all I'm saying. I'm being as genuine and as honest as I can be. How can I give, with all due respect, for the goals itself? For the goals itself, I can't give too much credit because they came from errors, unforced errors, by the way, by the opposition both times. The first one was in the first 30 seconds. I'm watching it now. There's no pressure. He just lumps the ball up, and literally everyone's asleep. The ball comes back in the white shirt. Everyone. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say, Steve. That's what I'm trying to say. That's all. But you're happy now, Gav, that I've done this watch along, eh? Oh, my legs. Good. That's WhatsApp fucking. Hang on, what's this? Fabrizio Romano, Man City have made contact with Cody Gakpo's camp today. Talks have started with Tottenham, remain in active discussions for Cody, with personal terms in place. And Man City are trying to nick it. Like, surely Liverpool won't sell to a rival in Man City. Surely not. But if they are willing to negotiate and he chooses Tottenham, they ask questions of Cody. But let's be honest, there, bloody didn't know that. And let's be honest, is Cody Gakpo going to improve Tottenham or Man City? Let's be brutally honest. I know he scored a great goal yesterday against Newcastle. But how many times do we see that? Let's be brutally honest on that. How many times do we see Liverpool fans, be it on YouTube or on social media, going crazy that they want this guy at the club anyway because they can't stand him? Yeah, this is the one thing me and Gav do agree on, Steve, as you know, that Sanchez, he is, as you say, he's suspect. And I must hate me saying, but I always use Almunia as the yardstick because I witnessed it. I've been there. What's my back here? Where's my control? Monday night football. Basically, Sky, you asked me, but hey, one. Right. So I was stretching my leg before the second half gets underway. I'll let you know. For me, the two subs, as I mentioned for Fulham, I'll make two subs. I'll be making two subs at half time. Personally, number 16 should be coming off, big time for Harrison Reed, and I'll be bringing on Munez for Garcia. Personally, give that 10 to 15 minutes to settle, and hopefully, if things improve, great. If things don't, you've got Sessegnon, you've got Smith Rowe. I'm just looking now, and a couple of other players there that have obviously just come in this summer, but the ones that we know of Sessegnon and Smith Rowe, they're worst case scenario, not worst case, that's regretful, but they're the next option basically to put up the ante. So I'm just looking at Chelsea's bench as well. Obviously, got Barcode, who was the defender they got in the summer window. Pedro Neto's there. Enzo's on the bench. Gittins. That guy Welps. Guendea. Got to be a new face. There's got to be a new face as well. And Esteval. I was again with Lavia on a booking. By the way, I wouldn't be surprised to see him come off at half time actually, and cut Levi because Levi's on the booking as well. And between him and Morgan Rogers, the pair of them have been making. Highlight Corwell more because he's on the yellow card. He's been making more suspect challenges on and off the ball, and looks a bit like he's lost his head a bit. But whatever reason, I don't know why, but he's playing with emotions he doesn't need to be playing with. So if that makes sense. Girl's gone quiet again. Doesn't like my half-time analysis. I'll Gav. Oh dear. Let me sit my phone, just bear me a sec, guys. I'm still here. Just turn the camera off for a second whilst I get up and move about. Like, you know you're getting old when you're literally sitting down doing these sort of things, sitting down and bloody leg just wants to go to sleep. It fucking hurts me move. Yeah, go for that guy, but the fact we don't know he wants to leave. He's being forced out because basically, with his age and all that, Villa and United have come to the decision to bring in a younger, more long-term number one goalie in the Japan international. The Japan number one. They've got him in the door because they're trying to move him on to Juventus, but that fell through. Hence why Tottenham rejects gone there instead. So they're trying to get him at the door now for the fact that they don't need his energy, him having a strop as number two or whatever, but also for the wages side of things, get his wages off the books. So don't break any rules there. But here's another one. Would you, who'd, if in the next 7 days it comes out that Chelsea are looking at Emi Martinez and Aaron Ramsdale, would you be happy with either one of them two over Sanchez? Or sorry, differently. Put it differently. Would you be unhappy if Chelsea signed Aaron Ramsdale as your number one, or Emi Martinez? Because let's be honest, if you want to be a proper club that again wants to be back where you were in the early Roman years in terms of consistency wise, you need a better goalkeeper. I know Martinez he'll give you a good few more years. Ramsdale, I don't know how old Ramsdale is now, but that's you'll get a few more years than you would with Martinez, and he's English as well in terms of the English quota stuff as well. Seems they're coming back out, by the way. 1 second. I don't think it's going to be. It doesn't look like subs have been made, but I'll keep an eye. Eye for an eye and all. No, those look like things. Same 11 from both teams, but it looks a bit no subs from either team. So I think Fulham are glutton for punishment. Abel is a glutton for punishment. He clearly thinks he's in La Liga still. Yeah, Martinez, yes, Ramsdale, no, because he can't even start. Well, it's not really he can't even start. It's the fact that the manager's come and told him, because I've seen the press conference today, he's come and told him basically when he came back from his loan spell from Newcastle, well, when I arrived, these two were here. I've been working with them. I'm going to stick by them and show them and show them loyalty, basically. Oh, sorry, one sec. So basically, basically surplus to requirements, not because of lack of quality, it's just because he wasn't with them last season when he arrived, and he wants to reward the loyalty the other two goalkeepers have, based that the other two couples deserved, merited basically by being there, and not trying to jump ship in a World Cup year to try and bet their chances of going to the World Cup, respectively. Either would be better than what you have now. Yeah, I agree that I'll take Henderson. Crystal Palace Henderson. Okay. We missed out on the golden nugget of Trafford. I did mention this earlier. Like when you see the price tag of what he went for from City to one sec. When he went from City to Leeds this summer, 40 million, maybe and a few million add-ons or whatever, but 40 million was the base price. You're telling me Chelsea couldn't afford that, but they do want to pay that sort of money for an upgrade. And he would be. James Trafford would be an upgrade of Sanchez. And because again, going back to the age side of things, he's still young. He's not even hit his prime yet. Nowhere near his prime yet, so he can still improve as well. But hey, you got Henderson and Danny Welbeck. That's experience in terms of got for a few bargain prices and all that. So Chelsea fans must they should be happy. Hi Colonel says Smith deserves better than the Fulham bench. I think that's why he went there in the first place. The whole point of him going was to fuck off Palmer. The whole point of him obviously leaving Arsenal was to get minutes and starting minutes and all that, and really prove that he can maintain his fitness. He's put him to fitness as a whole since he moved to Fulham. He said he's had like one or two niggles over the time span, but nothing major. He started off so well, but for whatever reason, Marco Silva started to bench him a lot more, and now Arbeloa is doing the same thing for whatever reason. We're playing Route 1 football, are we, Chelsea? Okay. 3-1. Ball watching defending. Literally, that was pathetic from Fulham. That was good from Chelsea. Don't get me wrong, Route 1 and all that, whatever, jokes aside. Pedro holding the ball up, Palmer overlapping into space. No one realised it was going to happen. Leno's done. Again, Leno has his strengths and weaknesses again, near post and all that. 3-1 and game up. That's the first bit of quality we've seen from Chelsea tonight. With all due respect, in terms of build up play to a goal. Yeah. I mean, again, it's birds. The guy I've been saying, I was saying, get him off, being on lead. He's just standing like a statue. Like he's trying to hold him off, but don't want to put the challenge in. In the meantime, fucking Palm's overlapped because no one's there to stop him from overlapping. And yeah, once you put him in that position, 9 times out of 10, when he's at his best, he's going to score from that angle. I want to go that far, Gav. Come on. It's only Fulham. I'm sorry, yeah. We mentioned this in Friday's show, but in terms of the Premier League show that we do about Fulham potentially being in trouble, could be in trouble if they ain't careful. I'm not. I'm not batting away from that, but if anything, I'm digging. If Hato scores now, oh my god, bloody hell, Fulham. I think Fulham. I genuinely do think watching this tonight, Fulham could actually go if they ain't careful. Arbeloa needs to fucking get his head out his arse, along with plays better, best 11 possible. Not and when there's glaring issues in terms of, for example, Burge tonight, Sandra Burge, get him off the fucking pitch. When there's one or two or whatever, how many problems being played out because of one individual, get the individual off and, oh, for God's sake, of course, 10 years later. I think I would say they're similar level, to be honest. They both have their limits, their ceiling, so to speak. They're not even to defend, because even then, when Fulham have, even you say that, but when Fulham had that spell early on in the first half where they had a little bit of dominance, bit of life about them, and they were pushing forward and asking questions. Chelsea, goal aside, even put the goal aside for a second, from a Fulham's point of view, like Chelsea defensively did look shaky. For £1 each, I hear. You say £1, I heard 1p. Mate, why? Tell me about it. And look how long the ref waited to give that. By the way, it wasn't like it happened. It went straight away, bang. It happened. The so-called foul happened, and then Fulham had the ball, make 2 or 3 passes, and then the ref goes, "Actually, that's a foul back there." But you've got the. By the way, you've had all weekend bloody the pundits, the commentators and co-commentators going, "It's amazing how VAR hasn't got really involved this weekend in the game. It's been so refreshing to see." Are you watching the referees this weekend? Due to VAR not getting involved as much as they usually do? And you're saying it's a good thing? But then again, VAR itself, because of how it's set up, is oh, go on. Oh my God. Game back on. It's 3-2. Debut goal for Gonzalo Garcia from absolutely nowhere. Sanchez again making a fumble with an initial save. And it's game back on again. And this is why Chelsea won't do well this season. Come on, Fulham. It's like Colwell gets bullied off the ball as well. Colwell with the initial ball gets bullied off by Castagna. Castagna has the initial shot, have a look, gets saved, and then, is that no? Yeah. He saves it, but by the way he saves it, literally he's like right in front of Garcia, he's like, "Oh, thank you." And that goes back to my point about Chelsea playing a back three. They do look suspect. We've slagging off Fulham here most of this stream, rightly so for their performance as a whole. However, when they do get their sort of wits about them, when they go forward and they ask questions, Chelsea with the back three do look suspect. We've seen it in pre-season. look at the amount of goals they've conceded in pre-season. I think that one game would have had a clean sheet. One game. And can we really call it an achievement when that one game was against AC Milan and Ruben Amorim? Like, come on. Robinson's on the ball here, ball into the box, but it's just thrown in for the sake of being thrown in. I mean, Lavia's lucky that Oscar doesn't use his brain there. Fulham from the offensive side of things, Fulham are waking up a bit. But we saw that the first half and it went a bit. Carry on Sanchez as a new weekly show. Oh dear. Well, don't get me wrong, Gav. You should win this. The way Fulham have been playing, and the certain individuals still being on the pitch, I don't see you not winning this still. So I wouldn't be panicking just yet. I would be concerned though that you've got Fulham scoring 2 goals against you and have come from basically poor goalkeeping in both. Poor goalkeeping in both, but the second one was a mix of poor defending and poor goalkeeping. More than the first, anyway. If that makes sense. And that would concern me. Again, I've lived through it, so I should know. Corner Fulham, yeah. But it did this in the first half. King scored that goal in the first half. They had this spell for the next 5 minutes, and then they sort of petered off again. Go into the box from Bob. Keeper comes out and claims it though, and actually holds on to it. Bloody hell, that's a first tonight. So who after the first weekend looks ready for this? I think again it can be biased, but I think not many really. It's not many. If I'm being brutally honest. In terms of the so-called Big Six, the only one that stood out so far as a solid unity, and that's because that's more. I think that's down to more the having the consistency of having a manager in terms of Arteta that's been here for X amount of years compared to all the others around us that got any managers in. Taking Arsenal out of the equation from the so-called top 6, none of them so far. I mean, Chelsea, from the attacking point of view, in moments. I mean, that third goal, I gave them their praise and all that, rightly so, for the third, because that was more of a we've got the ball, we're going to and be a bit clever and try something, and it worked. But the defensive side is the mid. I know it's not the usual midfield for Chelsea, but the defence and against Sanchez are the concerning parts. And time wasting from Hato, and the referee says enough's enough. Fulham get the throw in instead. That was longer than 5 seconds, by the way. A lot longer than 5 seconds before he did his countdown. I mean, that should be a free kick, but then yellow card, sorry. But as I say, Arsenal obviously from the challenging side of things, I'd say Ipswich look alright, but again, you could argue that's that first game back at home, bit of an atmosphere and all. You could argue, we'll wait and see on that one. Brentford, that's the one. Brentford, they look ready. Taking out the equation who they're playing, they do look solid and ready. Other than that, no one's really, apart from Arsenal and Brentford, then no one's really stood out. As in, they look fully fit and raring to go from all functions back to front, or front to back, whatever way you look at it. What about yourself? Questions back? That same question back to you guys in the chat. Who who stood out for you this weekend? You, in the sense of they look ready and raring to go. Because even in this game, like I say, from an offensive side of things, you can see there's promise there for the offensive side of things with Chelsea. We saw it, as I say, we saw it in the third goal, and they punished Fulham for the first two goals they got. But look how they're playing now. They've already conceded 2 goals. How you want to look at it, still conceded them 2 goals, and now it's given Fulham a lease of life again. A bit of a I get that. I think it's more so the fact that they, with a World Cup that there's a World Cup that we knew that it was going to be a lot longer. Hence, why the season started late as it has, and respectively, with all due respect, most clubs still decided to go travelling to the other side of the world, basically, be it Asia, America, and all that sort of things, like doing tours of whatever. And I think doing that has had an effect, and not just the players that didn't go to the World, but ones that did go to the World Cup but then came back either early or at the end, etc. Because they've absolutely shattered. They then had to travel God knows how long on flights to wherever their clubs are playing at for the couple of weeks in pre-season, and and then flying, doing that, then flying back, play a game, if not 2 games, mate, at a push in their respective home stadiums, and then they're back underway again. So, personally, I mean, I think it's no coincidence Arsenal, apart from travelling to Spain for a random game against Girona at the start of the pre-season, we've stayed. We've apart from that one game, we've stayed in. And then that was in Europe as well. There's not major travelling miles and fatigue wise for the respective players and team as a whole. Other than that, we played a game in Dublin, and then the rest of our pre-season has been in England. It's no coincidence that the players that didn't go to the World Cup, and even the ones that have come back early or late, etc., look that bit fresher compared to the teams that have travelled to Timbuktu and back basically around the world. And look how they're looking. Man City, Tottenham, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, they all travelled to the far ends of the world for their pre-season tours and all that. They didn't have to, but they decided to. They decided to. They knew this new situation. You think about it, it does make sense how they're all looking a bit not fully at the races, but Arsenal and Brentford look ready and raring. All Gov will be happy. Enzo's coming on. Brighton as well. I forgot about Brighton. Sorry, that's another one. Yeah. Lavia's coming off. He's on a bookie, so that makes sense. He's coming off but he's off, and Enzo's coming on in his place. Interesting response he got there from the away faithful. Hato's gone off, and Pep Chaviara, number 29, is on. That's why I was referencing the interesting response he got there from the away faithful. Because even I've got it, I've got my volume 1-on-1, I can obviously pick up this. I've got for myself that bit of sound. But I could pick that up. I'm like, okay, that's Chelsea fans. Not as bad as what Julian Alvarez was getting, but Julian's done it 10 times worse. Let's be honest. In terms of how he conducted himself and behaved this summer, especially the last couple of weeks. Sorry. This is where you killed the game. Nope, because that was just Van, didn't it? Oh, he's offside anyway, so. Hopefully, they'll make some subs now. Or a sub. Is that Nunez? Number 14's. Oh, who's 14? I can't remember now. It was tell me in a second anyway. Number 19's on. Oh, no, it's not Nunez then. Oh, Nunez is number 9. Number is 19. Who's this? Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob's off. And Say Charles is on, the Northern Ireland international. Say Charles. Can't be worse than Oscar Bob, with all due respect. Right, I think it's come to that point. With a sugar hit. Hey guys. Just carrying you through for the last half hour or so of this. We've got to remember injury time. Does become a factor as well. We're actually about to kill this game off. Gusto with the ball in. We're going to fuck about a bit, are we? Yeah, going to fuck about it. Cool. They kick the ball. Chelsea kick the ball now, get the flying. Okay, ref. Please, Devine, wake up. This is what I'm saying about Fulham before. In terms of they got that goal to get back in to make it 3-2, had a little spell there, like they did in the first half, and then they die off again, and they fade back into the background. We close down. Gusto being Gusto, so that's all good. I really need that sugar. I really do. Sorry, guys. Why has Enzo got a tan? It looks like a fake tan. When you look at his fade and his haircut, and you look at his head, it genuinely does look like he's got a fake tan on. In the final 20 minutes now. Oh. Ryan Sessegnon and Kevin are getting ready to come on, getting kitted off. Oh dear. This this knowing quality all of a sudden, I'm having to, as I say, get sugar in the system to perk me up and keep me alert. Boy, if you could be inspired and do something, that'd be fantastic. Go on, King. Go on, King. Go on, King. Oh, he should have gone far post. He went to the near post. Tried doing near post. Almost caught Sanchez out. I think if he'd opened up his body and gone for far post, he may have had a better chance of scoring there, personally. But very, very close to making it 3-3. And Sanchez was beaten, by the way. Just saying. Palacios is off. Looks like Pedro Neto's about to come on. You are watching? Yes, I'm watching Chelsea, sadly. Yay, Burge is off. Woohoo! So Burge and Palacios are off. Sessegnon and Kevin are on. Looks like Reece James has gone to midfield, by the way. Neto's not come on yet, but he's getting ready to come on. Seen him in the background. For God's sake, Kevin. Sorry, how is Kevin coming on ahead of the likes of Smith Rowe? Seriously, no, Neto's ready. He's literally half shirted. He's got his shirt on half day chest, but it's like he's getting ready. He's there waiting for the thumbs up, basically. Say that he's fucking about his laces. Come on, Fulham. Be interesting to see who Neto comes on for. He is, yeah. Smith Rowe is on the bench. I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised by that. I know there's a week left of the window. If I remember, I wouldn't be surprised if he's asking for a move. That's a foul. Reece James is on a book. He's been booked now for an off-the-ball foul, and now he's getting mouthy. He's gone up to I think it's King or Robinson. No, no. Yeah, King. Like, you know what you did. I didn't foul you, even though I did foul you. Literally, you literally grabbed him around his sink, like hook line him right by your arm, from the other side and yank him back to the floor. Cheeky bastard. Oh, Gusto's off for Pedro Neto. Here's a question for you, Gav, if you're still there. Pedro Neto, keep or sell to City? All in. I just needed a Raul S, so I could have tapped that in. Oh, that's a pen, surely, ref. Ref. He's booked Bassi for diving. Of course he has. Need to see a replay of that. Because at first look, from my angle, obviously I'm camera's far away, it did look, let's have a look. No, it's a dive. Because, again, to be fair, I did say a pen at the time, because from a distance, it did look like he'd been stamped on and all that, but no, it's a good call from the ref. See, I can't be fair, Gav. That was stupid on Bassi's part. Very stupid. Yeah. The fact that he reacted the way he did as well would incentivise me even more to be running at him, getting under his skin. Come on, Fulham, wake up a bit. A bit more like you are 3-2 down. It's not 3-all or 4-3 to you. Go on, over the top, Robinson. How did he miss that open goal and everything? I know he's a defender, but for fuck's sake, Dad. You literally got. I know you're a defender, but you've literally got your defender on toast. You've got Sanchez out of his goal in no man's land, and that's the finish you decided to give. Sake, man. Yeah, and consider who the man. And also, when you consider who the manager for Fulham is, ex-Real Madrid, known for being a bit dark-hearted in their times and in his time as well as a player. He knows the league because obviously he was at Liverpool years and years and years ago, obviously, before he went to Madrid. But having that dark heart about you and that shithousey about you really ran home into your players to take them sort of moments, take the incentive to rile up the opposition players that are look a bit loose headed. Come on, Fulham, come on. 12 minutes plus injury time. Come on, wakey wakey. Bit more urgency. Really put the frighteners up, Chelsea fans, please. That'd be fantastic. And Kevin does. How is Kevin? How does Kevin get minutes in the Premier League up in general, let alone at Fulham? I've seen a handful of times last season and now tonight. And when I see him, he is the most frustrating player in the fucking world. I think so. Pedro's just pulled a muscle in his leg because he jumped up in the air and looked. Oh, Carl Palmer. Oh, something Chelsea fans don't want to see. Carl Palmer signaling over to the bench and saying he needs to come off. He's pulled something. He's asking to come off ASAP. That's one thing you don't want to see from a Chelsea fan point of view, especially his record recently, being with his muscles and all that, be it thighs or hamstrings. That's just poor. That was absolutely That's a waste of time, that was. Who's this coming on? Or getting ready, or being told, instructed to get ready to come on. Yeah, he's yeah, he's struggling now, Palmer. Come on, Fulham, come on, make you wait. You're literally a goal behind. Just get a goal back at the very least. Risk yourself a point. Put the pressure back on the fear got into Chelsea and all that. Your next door neighbours here. And up, you can really up the anti-Ville crowd here. But you're just like, I've got the ball and relax sort of thing. It's like, really? Mate, oh my, Kevin, mate. Also get him off. He's only just come on. Palmer, who's been begging to come off, is now he's literally holding his shin. Vincent in pain. And now he's limping. Yeah. Oh, Robinson's off. And we're going two up top for Fulham because Muniz is coming on. So we've got two strikers on the pitch now. Rodrigo Muniz and Gonzalo Garcia. Esteval's coming on. I'm assuming for Cole. And Morgan Rogers has gone off as well for number 23, who that may be. Portuguese player, apparently. Don't know his name, I'm not trying to pronounce that. Away, pass the ball, my friend. That'd be fantastic. Kevin, mate, have you got a brain between your head? I'm not even a Fulham fan any frustrated than I found me. And again, it's not the first time. Every time I've watched a Fulham game where he comes on, plays or starts, he is so frustrating to watch. He's literally brain dead in his general play by the looks of it. It begs the question: why is he coming on over Smith Rowe? Is Smith Rowe really upset someone at Fulham that badly? Pardon me. Again. Fizzy Cola bottle. Okay. Come on. Session on. Do your job. Okay, now, well done. Had a shot, but got a corner out of it. Come on. Punching is Kevin taking it is Kevin taking the corner, so he's going to come to nothing. Yep. Look at that. Fucking hell. You're taking a fucking piss. That's something fundamental we're working on. Is literally someone better to take their set pieces. God. But Wobby, I love you sometimes, but tonight been an absolutely nightmare for you. Second half stats: shots 5-4 in Fulham's favour, 3 on target to 1 on target in Fulham's favour. But the other one's losing. Because we've got brain dead players on the wing called Kevin. Oh my God, it's literally no pressure. Again, it's doing what they've been doing all night. Just passing the ball into either play or giving it back to Chelsea one way or the other, basically. All players start. Okay. Chelsea Brighton. Ooh, that'll be an interesting game. Okay, a lot of Friday night football to start the season. Okay, a lot of Friday night football all of a sudden this season. It was like every fucking week there's a Friday night game. Bloody hell. I'm doing something. Okay, how far are we going into this, by the way? October. Okay, you want to go upcoming fixtures? We're in fucking August. You're giving us October fixtures on Sky. Okay, cool. Now we're into November. It's hardly upcoming. We're in August, my friend. Upcoming is the next couple of weeks, not the next 4 months. 3 months, you know what I mean? Kevin is brain dead. I'm telling you, I keep saying it, but he is brain dead. It's got to be. That's the only way you can excuse how he is as a player. He has not got a foot. He has not got a single ounce of a footballing brain between his ears. Alonso has a lot of work to do to make Chelsea. Yeah, of course, we always knew that. There was never going to be a he's here. That's obviously because of what he did in the Bundesliga of Leverkusen. Let's go straight away. Especially with some bigger situation at Chelsea and everywhere else. And then Castane's now got himself booked, the idiot. Stupid challenge, stupid. Oh dear. Sessignon, wakey, you knob. Unnecessary giving away a corner there. As you try to be flash and it backfired. Imagine being 3-2 down in the local derby. In fact, if you're home crowd and you're trying to be flash. Seriously, then can someone tell me why Enzo's got a fucking fake tan? Like you can't odds it. Oh, he's seriously holding the ball up in the 89th minute in the corner. This ain't a cup game for crying out loud. This ain't the game where we need to win to seal the title sort of thing. It's name week 1 for crying out loud. We've been brutally honest. Fulham ain't going to, unless your defence and bloody midfield and go to pop and Sanchez does Sanchez things, they ain't equalising. So, as I told you earlier, Gavin, I don't know if you're still watching or listening, but I told you it'll be okay in terms of seeing the job out. And there you go. Game over. No, refs. I said it's game over, and the refs gone no, flag out offside. before the ball's in the net, it will be checked. Pedro's like, no, 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 no. 4 minutes of injury time. Either way. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's off. He's off. Number 23. Bit of a late fucking call from the referee then. The assistant, sorry. So he wasn't sure it was off, it was the new red that came on. Come on, ref. I know what, the one thing I did, you know what I would say about this throwing and waiting to do the countdown thing? I would be, personally, for me, if I was implementing that rule, I was saying no. The second that a player's over there and the player has the ball, no matter as soon as the player picks that ball up on the sidelines, they've got 5 seconds from then. The second they pick that up, to go 5, and go 5, 4, and then don't give them the opportunity to mess about with the ball, and then go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the way, Cole Palmer's been given player of the match by Sky. Yes, even Fulham has gone, you know what, we've lost, but it's not a thumping, even though it should be, technically. If it wasn't for fucking the goalie, let's be honest, if it was not for Sanchez being in goal for Chelsea, this would be a 3-0 comfortable win. Let's be brutally honest. Gonzalo Garcia going for the glory, even though he's not playing. Again, he must think he's in a Real Madrid shirt. Literally in the last minute and a half. For them contact, even at one last chance note, because they are again. This has been so frustrating to watch as a neutral. The amount of mistakes mainly coming from Fulham, unforced error after unforced error after unforced error. So frustrating to watch. He's off to the corner. He realised, it's 30 seconds left. I'm off to the corner. Literally the final 20 seconds. So for them to get their head out their asses, they want to. You know, fucking Robinson chance has literally come back and bit him on the arse. A bit more composure in that moment. It's 3-3. It makes it's even more. It's more intense. A more intense finale, really. This has just become very somber and. Don't shoot. Especially straight down the goalkeeper's neck. I know he's crap, but bloody hell. And that's that. Chelsea just about see out the win in the end. Wasn't the most convincing from Chelsea performance wise, but Fulham were no better. It's pretty much like we've seen all weekend for most of the clubs, especially most of the clubs that have got these new managers. Literally, clubs like both sets of players having good spell, bad spells. But Fulham were the worst in terms of bad spells. Fulham were the worst. Unforced out after unforced out from the get go, from the literal get go. Hence why the first goal in the first 30 seconds. Fulham got themselves back in, then gave it, then went 2-1 down, then 3-1 down, then got themselves back into the game again, had a little spell, had literally again a 5-10 minute spell of possession, but did nothing with it. But they did have a golden opportunity to make it 3-3 when Robinson burst through, got past his defender. Sanchez is in no man's land. Instead of saying composure to lob the goalkeeper and lob it into the empty goal, rushed it and just shanked the lob, and it went out for a goal kick. And right at the end there, Muniz is going, you know what, I'm going to smash the ball. And I know, again, I know Sanchez is crap, but he's not that crap. He's not Runnison. The one concern Chelsea will have from the attacking side of things is that Carl Palmer went off injured there. It does look like a muscle niggle, maybe not. I think it wasn't, for their point of view, it wasn't too serious, and they got him off quick enough in the end. But from the performance side of things, like, yeah, they look. I mean, scored 3 goals. I mean, much as I can say, 2 of the 3 were down to stupidity from Fulham's point of view, from giving the ball away and being a lazy daisy goal, basically. Chelsea still punished them basically, in their moments. Scored that third. I mean, the one negative though, if you go again, taking out the equation about the new manager thing, the one negative is the goals that you let Fulham score tonight. From both times, by the way, from out of nowhere. Like Steve says in the chat, not great by either team. It was like urban flowed between the both of them, but Fulham had just made more mistakes than the other. Yeah, 3 points in the bag for Gav. I don't know. I'll have a look where you're at the table now, but it's match day 1, nothing not that serious and all that. But I think you're going to get a bigger test on the weekend when you play Brighton. I'll tell you that much. Going by what we saw at Brighton yesterday, so that's going to be a true indicator to see where you are at. Let's be honest. It's your first time game of the season as well, so that's where we're going to get a proper gauge of where you're at fitness wise and everything else. After what we saw from Brighton yesterday, because like I say, this opening weekend now been done and dusted. Only out of the 20 teams in the league, only 3 stood out that looked fresh, ready, and raring to go from back to front, and that being Arsenal, Brighton, and Brentford. Everyone else looks like they need another week of pre-season at least. Yeah, on that note, I'm going to get myself out of here. Get rid of that scoreboard, thank you. I'm going to get myself out of here. If you've enjoyed the show tonight, please, before you disappear, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, watching and all that. Want to become a member, press the join button as well. If you've got any hypes, if you could use them to hype up the shows, either this show or other shows that you come across on the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'm now going to have a day off tomorrow. No stream tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday night for the Arsenal Women versus Cheltenham Athletic in the second pre-season friendly Wednesday evening. So keep an eye out for that one. That'll be getting set up very soon. And I'm trying to think, that's Wednesday. Thursday, nothing planned. Friday is going to be the rivalry room Premier League show with me and Kel. Obviously, looking back over this weekend's game, and then also previewing the weekend's events that are upcoming in terms of Crystal Palace playing Man City, Arsenal going away to Villa on Monday night, Chelsea, Brighton, Newcastle. I think Newcastle played Tottenham as well at Tottenham. So all them to sort of keep an eye at previews, have have a gauge of where we think who's going to come out on top in them games, etc., etc. Have a bit of a laugh, and then you go from there, really. But yeah, if you haven't already, go and check out Ruth Beckart, for our channel sponsor. Obviously, she's an Arsenal fan. Does some amazing artwork in terms of, as I say, via prints. She sells in prints and mugs and other bits and pieces. Go and check out her website. Just treat yourself. And there is a discount code. I'll get that back into the community page, so you guys go and check out. And I'll have to find that now. I can tell you now. One second. Let's get over to the old WhatsApp-a-rooney. There we go. Right, yeah. So yeah, if you go to Ruth Beckart's website, and you go for the checkout. If you type in the promo code, all uppercase, one word, Mr. Arsenal, that gets you 15% off at the checkout there as well. And also, if you want to go and check out other sponsors, Zenith Coins, go and check out. They've got a variety of, not just Arsenal, other clubs and international teams and other bits and pieces. Go and check out their website as well, and use their discount code at the checkout as well. Going across the screen there, Mr. Arsenal Pod, all uppercase, all one word. That'd be greatly appreciated. But until next time, guys, I'm going to see you later. Love you and leave you. And come on, Arsenal.